Hi everyone, Zach Pickoff here, and welcome back to another lesson video. Today, I will be going over the 20-3 text. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, so as I had stated before, I'm going to be going over the 20-3 text, which is the third and final lesson in Chapter 20. That's right, after I finish recording, editing, and uploading this video, along with the 20-3 work together, we will be done with Chapter 20, and we'll be moving on to Chapter 21 relatively soon. But anyway, let's jump right into the 20-3 text. So in this lesson, we will be learning about notes receivable. Alright, so there are a few key terms that I'd like to go over before we start the accounting part of this lesson. So notes receivable are promissory notes that a business accepts from customers. Interest income is the interest earned on money that is loaned. And a dishonored note is a note that is not paid when it is due. Okay, next we're going to be talking about accepting a note receivable from a customer. So this first transaction reads, on April 14th, accepted a 90-day 8% note from Martin Sterling for an extension of time on his account, $3,000, note receivable number 9. Alright, so when we accept a note receivable from a customer, there are multiple steps that we have to follow in order to complete this process. First, we write the date, which is April 14th, in the date column. Next, we write the first account title, which is notes receivable, in the account title column. After that, we write the source document, which is NR 9, in the document number column. Following that, we record the amount, which is $3,000, in the debit column. Then, we write the second account titles, which are accounts receivable and Martin Sterling, in the account title column. After that, we place a slash in the post reference column. And finally, we record the amount, which is $3,000, in the credit column. So we record a debit to notes receivable, and then we record a credit to both accounts receivable and the customer. And one last thing to note here is that notes receivable is listed as an asset account and has a normal debit balance. So it increases by a debit and decreases by a credit. Alright, next we're going to be talking about collecting principal and interest on a note receivable. So this next transaction reads, on July 13th, received cash for the maturity value of note receivable number 9, which was a 90-day 8% note having a principal amount of $3,000 plus interest $60 for a total of $3,060, receipt number 562. Okay, so when we collect principal and interest on a note receivable, there are multiple steps that we have to follow in order to complete this process. First, we write the date, which is July 13th, in the date column. Next, we write the first account title, which is notes receivable, in the account title column. After that, we write the receipt number, which is R562, in the document number column. Following that, we write the principal amount, which is $3,000, in the general credit column. Then, on the next line, we write the second account title, which is interest income, in the account title column. After that, we calculate and write the interest income amount, which is $60, in the general credit column. And finally, we write the maturity value, which is the total of the principal and the interest income, in the cash debit column. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to be talking about in this lesson is recording a dishonored note receivable. So this last transaction reads, on May 6th, Jill Davis dishonored note receivable number 12, which was a 90-day 8% note, and the maturity value was due on May 6th. The principal is $600 and the interest is $12 for a total of $612, memorandum number 92. All right. So when we record a dishonored note receivable, there are multiple steps that we have to follow in order to complete this process. First, we write the date, which is May 6th, in the date column. Next, we write the first account titles, which are accounts receivable and Jill Davis, in the account title column. After that, we write the source document, which is M92, in the document number column. Following that, we place a slash in the post reference column. Then we record the amount, which is $612, in the debit column. After that, we write the second account title, which is notes receivable, in the account title column. Next, we record the amount, which is $600, in the credit column. Then we write the third account title, which is interest income, in the account title column. And finally, we record the amount, which is $12, in the credit column. So we record a debit to accounts receivable and Jill Davis for the total maturity value of the note, which is $612. Next, we record a credit to notes receivable for the principal amount of the dishonored note, which is $600. And finally, we record a credit to interest income for the interest earned on the note, which is $12. Okay, so that is the end of the 20-3 text. In the next video, I will be going over the 20-3 work together. All right, thank you.